So Chris Paul, I will see. We'll see what he changes for James Harden. I think we have some numbers and stuff here.
He's coming back on
No,
Sunday,
I think we're
right?
just gonna.
Oh,
We're
well,
just gonna listen to them talk.
all right. Well, here's the thing.
Well, hold on, not you talk. We're listening to them talk.
I thought to talk, ladies and gentlemen.
Professional television show, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go.
James gonna be James, and I don't care who on the court, me, anybody, he gonna be him, and we need him to be him. That's why he the MVP.
So, Tracy.
There are the numbers.
There we go. What do you feel Chris Paul's return will change
My goodness.
for James Harden? Because obviously,
38 with him off the court.
Man, I mean, the last month, pretty much.
Man.
17 games?
right? And also, like, I mean, we had his assists, James's assists up there. What category was not up there was assisted baskets, which was 0 many nights, which presumably will be different.
I mean, obviously, James is going to be James. He has to be James for these guys to win ball games, for them to compete for a championship. But Chris Paul has to really alleviate some of that pressure off of his shoulders. He's not going to be able to keep this pace up if they want to win a championship. So while, you know, Chris Paul is back, he's going to have to take some of that burden off and have James on the perimeter just resting on a few of those possessions. Like, he can't keep this pace up. They think they're going to need him in the playoffs to win the championship.
Absolutely. Like, he did this because Chris was out, not that's the best way to play. It's just the best way for us to win, given the talent we have available. You got more talent available. Of course, you got to adjust your game. Those before numbers also misleading. He struggled early in the year. It had nothing to do with him playing with Chris Paul. He just was not as focused and zeroed in. And they all did. And remember, they had the worst offense for a little while. We said the Rockets having the worst offense. That doesn't make sense. Those numbers won't be like that when Chris comes back, or now that Chris is back.
I'm interested sort of how this affects the MVP race, because you were saying yesterday, you think we were talking about Paul George versus Giannis, and then you said, oh, but James Harden's up here. First of all, I mean, you do have to kind of count the first month or two of the season, right? So there's that into it. And then now that Chris is coming back, I assume he's going to not cool off, but obviously have less of the usage, less line share of the offense. Do you think we're going to see the MVP race shift again now with Chris out, with Chris back in?
No, he's still going to average 30. I mean, because Chris has sat back and seen what this man was capable of doing. So Chris has to adjust to him, really. Now, I don't think this is going to affect it at all.